Welcome, IT changemakers, to the DEX show with Tim Flower and Tom McGraw. Let's get into it.
Hello, changemakers. Welcome back to the DEX show's show within a show within a show, which is one of those episodes of Reality Bytes where we get to talk to a fellow Nexthinker. And when we started this show, we just thought, look, we know we work with a lot of fascinating people. We know we work for a fascinating company. This is just a great opportunity to make more shows, have more guests, cover more topics. And of course, it has developed into precisely that. But one of the things I'm really struck by as well when I look back on these episodes that we've done is the way that we're sort of also gradually building up a portrait of the modern tech vendor. In terms of we're moving across all different departments, we're moving across different technical capacities, different marketing capacities, and it's not just that we're giving you a sort of a hope. It's not just that we're giving you a monotonous Nexthink self-portrait, but that we're looking at what the exigencies are in a company such as this, and we're using them as ways of opening up into wider perspectives on the industry at large and on technology today. And this was certainly occurring to me when I considered the guest we were talking to today. She's Aga Skraburska. I may have massacred your name, Aga. You can tell me that in a second. She's product education manager for product operations, and just a really fascinating person that we work with, who is all about the sort of development of a product and the conveying of product knowledge to its users, which is, I think, a really important and interesting topic. So let me welcome you, Aga, to the show. We're very, very glad to have you on for the first time. How are you feeling today?
Thanks, Tom. I'm feeling great, and you pronounce my name in a perfect way, I need to tell you.
Perfect way. Did you hear
Thanks
that,
for
everyone?
having me.
Do you believe her? I don't know. But I'll say thank you very much, certainly. And look, I sort of gave a perhaps not the best overview of your role, however good my name pronunciation was. But maybe you should explain it to us first of all yourself, Aga.
Sure, thanks. So as you mentioned, Tom, I'm a product education manager with Nexthink for 1.5 years right now. And in my role, I design and execute strategies to provide the best learning experience for Nexthink users. Mm-hmm. So, in very simple words, I help Nexthink employees, partners, and customers just easily learn about our products. And as you can imagine, I don't do that alone. I work with a great team of technical writers, instructional designers, and learning management system coordinators who develop and update our learning content for each product release that we have, just to ensure that it follows the evolution of our products. And in our small team, we also didn't do this alone. We work with product managers who are our subject matter experts if it comes to product, and also with a great team of various enablement experts across Nexthink to make sure that each and every Nexthink users is taken care and can quickly learn about our products.
Fantastic. And it's something I've always wondered, Aga, interested to hear your answers today, is what's your background? How did you get into this space? And also, what do you think makes you so well suited to it?
Sure. So I think I'm well suited because I'm a big empath and also a storyteller. I can easily understand the needs of other people, including the learning needs, and I create stories that are meaningful to others and help them to learn. So let me tell a story about myself. And how I get here. I was born in Poland in the early 80s, in the communism times where everything around me was just a little bit gray. And as you can see, there were not many colors around me. So as a kid, I read many books that brought that color and joy. And through these books, I became really fascinated with stories and other people's perspectives. And I wanted to change this gray world around me. And my initial idea was to do this through influencing organizations and societies, those kind of dreams that kids have.
Oh, yeah.
So I followed my dream. I obtained a master's degree in sociology. And later on, I understood that the change starts on the individual level and mainly through change of skills, attitude, and perspective. And that's why I became a certified trainer and then coach working in the system psychodynamic approach, meaning systems, those big organizations, changing them. That was my dream. And psychodynamic means really working with the individual on those things that sometimes you don't even realize you have, and just to change the perspectives. And then in the past 18 years, I've worked with various business organizations such as ABB, Airbus, Shell, UBS, helping them develop various recruitment and learning strategies and programs, just shaping the way how these organizations change themselves in those particular areas, like controlling for ABB, where I was responsible for trainings, global trainings around controlling, or security at UBS. And just changing the world around also those organizations via learning others. And in my current role at Nexthink, I help to tell the story about DEX, why the experience of employees is more important than ever, and how Nexthink Infinity can help other organizations achieve this goal.
Amazing. So one thing I was also curious to know, with regards to the sort of larger space, is how would you articulate the tension between innovation on the one hand and usability on the other in the broader B2B space, broader B2B software space specifically, and where does training and certification enter in that, and what has it got to be careful of as a practice?
Yes, so innovation allows organizations to develop themselves and their employees, clients, partners. And then innovation means change. And change is a natural part of our lives, of course, but it also requires more effort at the individual level, employee level, and organizational level. And then, effort to change processes and technologies, learn new ways of working, develop new skills. And then training and other learning programs, they simply help organizations and employees go smoothly through the change, quickly learn new technologies and processes, and become experts again. And I think it's particularly important in the B2B space, where those technologies that are being offered are a bit more sophisticated and therefore require some more time to be adopted.
Well, I forgot in my excitement to welcome you, Aga, I did neglect to mention, I believe, that we're joined also by Sean and Dina. We're always joined on these shows by the Reality Bytes, by representatives of the Reality Bytes crew. So let me now hand the mic over to Sean, who I know has brought some questions for you also. Hey, Sean, how you doing?
Hey, everyone. Hi, Aga. Thanks for joining us today. I just had a couple questions. I was curious, when you first came to Nexthink, what stood out to you about the technology? And then did you see anywhere where you could find the biggest impact for training and certification modules?
Yes, sure. So definitely. Nexthink technology for me makes a difference on the 3 levels: individual, organizational, and global. I think individual because each and every employee who has Nexthink Collector installed on their own device doesn't really need any more to worry about the issues related to the workplace, and can focus on the day-to-day tasks. So that's where our technology makes a difference on the individual level. If it comes to the organizational level, our technology helps our clients not only take care about employee well-being related to the digital experience, but also helps optimize processes and save costs. And finally, global level, we make a difference because Nexthink offers technology that helps delight employees at work. And we change the business world, the mindset of the business world related to the human experience at work. And Nexthink technology brings that great insight with its see, diagnose, fix integration capabilities. However, those capabilities, they might be unknown among our new clients and partners, our new hires joining Nexthink existing clients and partners. And here is where the training and certifications come in place. So with our learning materials that we help Nexthink users quickly learn how to bring the digital employee experience to the next level and basically how to benefit the most from all the capabilities that Nexthink technology provides to all the users.
Excellent. And I guess I assume you're quite hands-on with the products, right? So I'm curious to know, what do you think of the differences between your perspective on it, because you're pretty close to the product, and then the people that you're trying to help? Is there much of a gap there that you have to bridge, or how is that relationship?
Mm-hmm. Yes, and it's an interesting question. So I am actually the first one, I would say, to learn about Nexthink products before we make them available to any other users. So for me, what I do is I very often put a hat on my head, this head of a Nexthink user who doesn't know much about the product. And then it's very important for me to have this beginner's mindset, because that helps me to understand what our users expect from our product, and also from the trainings that we provide, from any kind of educational material. And only then after I become an expert, work with our subject matter experts, our product managers, and all other Nexthinkers who know more about the product than I do. And I slowly become experts, and with the team I then provide share this knowledge about the product, and help other people develop the skills. So every time it's just, finding this balance between having this beginner's mindset and being an expert, I would say. Good balance. That would be the key thing for me.
That sounds great. I'm curious if you actually get to put on a physical hat, maybe like a cowboy hat or something else, maybe just something to think about to really get into it, But
physical not. What my friends always tell me, they usually see me with sunglasses, on the top of my head, not the head, but yeah, that works more or less. Excellent. It's maybe this thing I have instead.
So I had another question. I guess for existing Nexthink users, folks that are quite familiar with the product, how would you describe your relationship with them? Are you working closely with them once they become familiar with the Nexthink product, or try to walk us through that relationship if there is one?
So it's critical to be close to Nexthink users and customers, for me, to hear them and their needs. But at the same time, to understand those needs, I don't need to bother our customers with meetings and questions. I'm, of course, at their disposal when questions arise, when they would like to share ideas or feedback, also by our customer success team and through various meetings I attend. But then the main way how I collect feedback is I constantly identify the learning needs through the feedback forms that we make available at the end of each online course. And it's important for me that I do not spend a lot of time bothering customers unless they ask me for, because learning is all about just being at the right moment and at the right time. So the main goal for us is to help customers quickly use the product, and only if they need to get some help, then when learning comes into place. But definitely what we also do is, together with the UX team at Nexthink, we'll also run researches, surveys, interviews related to product education to make sure that what we offer, if it comes to education, is exactly fitted into the needs of our partners and clients.
That is really great, Aga. Can you talk us through the process for you as it starts, for instance, with a new product coming down the pipe? How do you anticipate it? How do you prepare, and how do you start to get involved?
Sure. So learning development starts with learning needs analysis. And I would say, as you can see, probably I'm a very structured person. So I also have here like 3 levels, I would say, and I want to share with you. I do the analysis when I start developing the training on a level of related to new products. So learning needs related to new products, what Nexthink users need to know about our new products to quickly get up to speed before, at the moment we release a new product, or sometimes even before, for those Nexthink users who participate in our early adopters programs. I also do the analysis of the learning needs related to the existing products that change. So what's changing? What challenges the existing users might encounter while learning about the new version of our product, and how to proactively help users overcome those challenges, because they are always some. It's a natural thing. And this is where I find the responses to those challenges in the format of either small trainings, some extra information sharing, notes for our administrators, etc. And then also there is an important part in the analysis I do around learning needs analysis related to particular roles. So what problems users try to solve using Nexthink depending on their role, and how I can help them use Nexthink capabilities in the smartest way to achieve their particular goals. So there'll be different learning needs for our Nexthink users who are Nexthink admins, but also other for Nexthink managers. and other for IT support teams who level 1 support teams, for example, who sometimes don't even open our Nexthink web interface because they are able to use our smart Amplify solution. And that's when I start. And after, what we do with the team is we have the different ways and methods to help our users to learn. And we develop content and offer them in various ways, I would say. But then learning needs analysis is the starting point. And then monitoring and collecting the feedback about our solutions, it's also that it closes the cycle, I would say, and allows us to constantly deliver new content and develop the existing content.
Very good structured approach. I think it's very clear. And it's obviously imperative at Nexthink that it's a highly usable platform. So why is training such an important part of the organization?
Yes, it's a very good question. And let me maybe start with, to answer it, let me start with one story. So imagine we all buy an air conditioner. It's pretty hot in different parts of the world right now. So that's kind of a thing that some people buy. And let's say, Dina, what you're going to do is you buy that air conditioner, but before turning it on for the first time, you're going to actually read the instruction, read the guide, and just to learn the theory about how it works. You don't really want to press any button before you read it. That's your style. Maybe, Tom, what you're going to do is you want to learn about the experiences of others with using that particular model. So you're going to jump into YouTube and listen to a video of someone who've already used that model. Sean, you might be having a different approach. You're going to read the forums and exchange some comments on that particular model with the others, share your thoughts, read about the other thoughts. What I'm going to do is I will just simply press the button and start using the air conditioner. And I will read the instruction, or I'll, try to find extra resources only if I encounter some problems. And we all would react in different ways because we have different learning styles. That's natural, and all of the people do have different learning styles. And for those users, Nexthink users, with those different learning styles, we have really a great offering. So for those who like to first go through the theory before jumping into our product, we have a comprehensive online documentation. For these users who like to learn via experience, just read other stories like this YouTube video about air conditioner, who'd like to learn more about what different clients encounter, we have our online courses on a Learn portal. In those courses, we have a company called Canopy Corp with different characters in different roles in IT departments with different challenges related to IT, and we explain how to solve them with Nexthink. And if users would like to learn a bit more, in addition to those stories, exchange ideas, learn through reflection, debates, knowledge sharing, we have live webinars at Nexthink that allow Nexthink users to meet other Nexthink users from other companies, also Nexthink experts, and just discuss about the product. And finally, if you are like, in my example myself, you just turn Nexthink without reading anything, like you turn an air conditioner, you can just go to Nexthink web interface and find there an in-product documentation on each page. If you have a problem, you just simply open a panel that is available on the right side of the Nexthink page, find more information with the links to even more resources, and that's how you can learn on the job. So those different ways of learning help Nexthinkers to and clients and partners to easily adopt the product. And even if the platform is easy to use, we all like to start using it in different ways, like we approach everything that is new to us, like in that air conditioner story.
Great approach, and love the variety of resources that we have that matches up the different kinds of levels. So this year, as we've covered frequently on the show, it's a real bumper year for innovation at Nexthink. Can you give your unique perspective on the opportunities that these new products offer for the customers, old customers, new customers, and different professional profiles?
Yes, so When I look at what products we have already released this year and what we are about to release, I can say that this year's innovation is around mainly simplification and also automation. For example, Amplify, introduced at the beginning of this year, it allows level 1 support teams to quickly solve employee issues without the end user involvement. It's simplification. And also Experience Central, launched in Q1 this year. It helps IT leaders to proactively build a DEX-driven organization. And with Nexthink Assist, announced in Q2, those customers who have no time or willingness to learn our Nexthink query language prefer to just easily jump into the product. They can do advanced investigations using the AI-powered assistant. And finally, we will soon introduce a new product that will help users see, diagnose, and fix recurring complex IT issues with really minimum human intervention. And that's about automation. So I would say simplification and automation, that's what innovation means for Nexthink this year, for me at least.
It's going to be a busy year for you, Aga.
It is. But it's exciting. It's amazing.
That's quite a journey you've made personally and professionally, then. It's one of the best stories we've had here from a Nexthinker. And been an absolute pleasure having you on the show, Aga. It's such an interesting topic. I think learning, and best of luck with your very busy year. And thanks so much for coming on the DEX Show. We'd love to have you back.
Thank you again. It was great to be here with you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, Aga.
To make sure that you never miss an episode, subscribe to the show in Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcast player. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, make sure to leave a rating of the show. Just tap the number of stars you think the podcast deserves. If you'd like to learn more about how Nexthink can help you improve your digital employee experience, head over to nexthink.com. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time.